I'm Kirsten Sherman. I'm the owner of SewVintage, and I am a mother of 3 boys. So I began sewing at age 6. My mother taught me, and I just loved working with fabric. And so I sewed Barbie doll clothes. In high school, I sewed all my own formals. And then I went to BYU, and they had a fashion design program back then. And that's where I got my training. And then I taught sewing classes in high schools for several years. And then I finally decided to open my own shop. And I was watching Cruella from the Disney show one day and saw Cruella go into Artie's shop and looking at all the dresses, and I thought, wouldn't that be fun to have a shop that had all of those designer dresses? And so I opened SewVintage, and I teach sewing classes and do a lot of custom sewing. Well, I've noticed the last couple of years, people have been a lot more interested in sewing and learning those crafts than we have in the past. And I don't know if it's because we were stuck inside during COVID, or we want to get away from the screens and be creative, but everyone has been wanting to learn how to sew, wanting to learn how to upcycle and thrift and make their own clothes and be that kind of stylist and designer. And I hear my friends say all the time, I wish my mother had taught me to sew, or I wish I would have taken sewing in high school. Well, now they can with my shop. And it's fun to do something creative, something with people in the community, other creative people, and do something that you're proud of, that you can wear it and be excited about creating. I do a lot of sewing classes for children, and they have to be 8 in order to take the class because they need to know how to use scissors, and those fine motor skills are really important. But for example, I just started my kids' classes in September, and we're making a backpack and we're putting in a zipper, and those children are fearless and they like to do something new, and it's their space. They've spent the entire day at school in a desk doing math and English and reading and all those things. And I mean, I love school. There's nothing wrong with that. But then they get to come and work with fabrics and work with different kids and talk. We always talk and listen to music while we sew. Now that I'm in a different phase where I'm not a stay-at-home mother, I really have to use my time more wisely and look for the crossroad. I think those, as a mother, are so important. For example, picking your child up from junior high. You're in the car with them. You're the first person that they're talking to right after they spent the entire day at school. The crossroads is where they're going to share, what was exciting, what they're struggling with, the 5 minutes from school to home. I think some of my most memorable memories of my children, some of the most important. Instead of sending someone else to pick them up, I got to be there and listen to that.